Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Magic in the Midwest podcast number 8. I am J.B. Michaels, USA Today best-selling author, and this is my more successful wife,
Ashley Michaels.
And we are here because of subscribers on Bandcamp.com. So please check that out. And thank you once again to our subscribers at magicinthemidwestpodcast.bandcamp.com. It is a great place to support the podcast. Also, the podcast is brought to you by HarrisonandJamesPublishing.com or all of J.B. Michaels' books on Amazon.com, which there are a lot of them.
Yeah,
so
you should check them out.
12 so far, and we're going to keep that number is going to continue to grow over time. What are you recording me?
You're live right now.
I'm apparently live podcasting. I did not realize that.
On the Facebook page.
I would have put makeup on.
You definitely need it.
Right. I wonder if the audio's bad.
I don't. This is how I look when I
wonder if the audio's bad.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, so today, this is Magic in the Midwest podcast number 8. Last time we talked about Magic Kingdom quick service dining establishments that we love. Okay, and just some things that we like to do as far as quick service is concerned in the Magic Kingdom. And now we're thinking about...
Oh, just stop talking.
I did not know this was happening.
No. I just want people to see us.
Okay, they already...
Okay,
no
that's
one's
it.
watching.
Right.
Okay, anyway. So basically, what's happening is that we... are now kind of taking you through the experience, right? We ended last time with getting the Rice Krispie treat from the confectionery, okay? And now we head out. Usually that's on our way out, okay? And so here's where we are going to, this is the what we're going to talk about in today's podcast. When you head out of the Magic Kingdom, if you look to your left, there is the big tower, 2 towers actually, Bay Lake Tower, and the original tower. Can't talk. For Disney's Contemporary Resort Hotel, which is one of the original resorts opened in 1971, and what's cool from the Magic Kingdom, you could actually walk back to the Contemporary if you want.
Yep.
There is a walkway. It's about a mile long. It's not really... It takes 10 minutes, right?
I don't think it takes 10 minutes if it's a mile.
10 minutes?
I think it takes more.
I mean, people run 7-minute miles, and that's good, right? Right? So it's about 10 minutes.
Your logic is flawed, as always.
Anyway.
I would say it takes 15, 20 minutes to walk.
Oh, I thought you meant it was less time.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So you can walk back, or obviously you can hop on the monorail, and you could fly. It's the first stop at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah. If you're going from Magic Kingdom to Contemporary, yeah.
Right. If you go from MK to Contemp, you are there immediately. So what we thought we would do is, now that we've covered the Magic Kingdom itself with all the lands and the attractions and the restaurants that we have experience with, we're going to head over now to the Contemporary Resort Hotel, which Bob Hope actually did the opening ceremony for in the Grand Canyon Concourse. Mm-hmm. Yes. And it's called the Grand Canyon Concourse because it's basically a giant atrium that the monorail actually goes through. Correct?
I'm assuming it's correct if you're saying it.
Right. And if there's a big mural that fits with that name, and that mural is by Mary Blair.
Yep.
Okay, and it's a homage to the Southwestern United States.
Okay.
Okay, so the Grand Canyon Concourse, a huge mural with American Indians and horses and all sorts of things on this huge, like we're talking how many feet tall? Like 7 stories tall or 8 stories tall?
Something like that.
Something
It's
really,
tall.
it's really
Really
big.
tall.
It's impressive. It's really cool. It's awesome. So you get on the monorail, you head right into the Contemporary, and then you immediately smell the Contemporary.
It just sounded like you said you immediately smell.
You immediately smell like butts. Yeah, I don't know.
It does have a distinct smell in there.
It does. Because of Chef Mickey's
Yeah.
and the Contempo Cafe, like you could smell the food that's being made. And
I guess, but I don't really smell food.
it's sort of a food type smell too.
Not for me. It's
For
not.
me, it is. And I've been there, going there a
It's
lot.
not a food smell
longer,
for me. And
a
you
lot
can't
longer.
smell anything. So
Yes, I can still smell that.
we're
So
only
it sort of
6
smells.
minutes in, and I don't like you.
Right, that's fine. That's fine. Everyone else does.
Yeah, but whatever the smell is to you, it's one of those smells where when you smell it, you're like, oh, like
It's the Contemporary.
Yeah,
it's a very
distinct.
distinct. Yes, that's a good word. Good word, Ash.
Thank you. Been
Proud of you.
brushing up in my vocab.
Proud of you.
Distinct, very advanced word.
College grads. Hashtag college grads.
Yeah.
So, and it's what's really neat about it is that you go right through the Contemporary, into the actual resort. So you get off and it's weird. Like you sort of think, especially when you're a kid, you sort of think that like that's the ground floor that you're getting off, but you're not. You're actually on the 4th floor of the Contemporary, and like there's all these other floors underneath that.
Yeah,
including,
there's like a special like escalator, elevator floor that's just for the monorail.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like raised up, a raised platform, and yeah. I mean, we Ash and I stayed there on our honeymoon. Mm-hmm. So why don't you give us, Ash, your thoughts on just the Contemporary Tower? The original one that the monorail goes through. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, it's just super cool to have the monorail go through the resort. I think it's the only resort where that is the case. So that's pretty cool that you're inside and the monorail goes through it, and like you can be walking out of your room and you see the monorail come through the resort. That's just, it's cool.
It is.
As far as the rooms, I'm pretty sure ours had just been, it seemed like it had been refurbed recently. Mm-hmm. And it was,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a cool, modern, I would describe it as like a very modern, sleek design.
Yes.
And it was, we had like a theme park view. We went all out.
We
it was
did.
Our honeymoon.
It was our honeymoon.
And the rooms were big, and my thoughts on the Contemporary in general is I love the Contemporary as well as Bay Lake, but Contemporary is just, it's cool because of the history of it. It's one of the first hotels that they built, and you should talk about how they like built the rooms. And then they
it was a modular build, which is I know it sounds fancy, right? But really, no. It's basically they built all of the hotel rooms in the Contemporary Tower first. They built them, okay, and then basically like a Lego set, or a erector set, or whatever you want to say. They actually built the shell of the tower, and then loaded the rooms into the tower.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's just
with
awesome.
a crane.
So like knowing that when we stayed there was cool.
Yeah, it's kinda
obviously
neat.
Our view of the Magic Kingdom
And
was really
Seven
awesome.
Seas Lagoon.
Yeah, not everyone would have that unless you pay for, a theme park
It's a
view.
lot of money.
It is. But we decided to do that, so we watched the fireworks on the on our balcony or whatever that is. One night, and the quick service place, which is called what?
Contempo Cafe.
Contempo Cafe. I feel like there's a lot of great choices there. I like the food. I know one of the most popular character dining locations is at Contemporary. Right?
Yeah, Chef Mickey's.
Chef Mickey's. We haven't done that, but overall, I love the stores at the Contemporary. I love that the monorail goes through it. The design is cool. The fact that Mary Blair did the mural. She's the one that also designed or helped. What would that be? I don't know. Small World.
Oh yeah, she's designed she basically designed the dolls.
By looking at the mural, like it looks very similar.
Oh yeah,
to Small
it does.
World. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite places to stay or to visit when we're on property. So.
Yeah, and when we got married, it was the holidays, and when we got to the Contemporary and we went to our tower room, there's a huge on the glass of the atrium that the monorail enters through, okay, there was a huge Mickey wreath, like giant.
And it had
Mickey
like
wreath.
lights in it. Too.
Yeah. Oh, so cool.
It was cool.
So cool. There's, the tower room. I remember, just like we literally we could be anywhere in our room and we had a view of the castle. Like it was really awesome.
It was.
And we sat outside and I read that book by Marty Sklar when we were there, The Imagineering.
Oh, really?
The Imagineer.
Okay.
Yeah. Had an Imagineering for 30 years or something, long time. Worked with Walt and everything. But it's a really unique experience. It's prime property, obviously, prime view.
Am I wrong in thinking that those rooms are one of the biggest
of
regular hotel rooms
you're
on
absolutely
property?
No, you're not wrong. Okay. They're huge.
Did you just say I'm not wrong?
You're not wrong.
It's recorded? You're not
wrong. Rare.
Yeah.
No. So the Contemporary, what's awesome about the Contemporary, and I was lucky, I'm not, gonna lie. I was very lucky as a little kid, to be.
You're very lucky now.
And I'm lucky now.
To be married to me.
Not lucky. Sort of.
Well, goes both ways, I guess.
Very funny. Anyway, so just letting you know, guys, it's we're in the Midwest right now, and it's just a terrible day of weather, like it is a lot of the time in the Midwest. I hate it. And this podcast is helping us get through this.
It is.
Yes. So when I was a little kid, my grandparents got us, my family and they got us tower rooms. Not every time we went, but I distinctly remember going into the tower room. And my grandfather would have a cigar on the balcony.
Okay.
And we had the room next to him and my grandma and grandpa. And it's just there's this memory I have burned in my brain about my grandfather smoking a cigar on the balcony of a tower room at the Contemporary overlooking the castle. So when I smell cigar smoke,
that's what you think of.
I think of him.
I
think of the Contemporary. I think of just how great it is and how fun it is to have those memories. So Contemporary is, there's something unique about it, right? I mean, it's a very unique experience. So, it's a very interesting time. It's a very cool, unique experience. And also, during that same trip that we, went and we had the tower room when I was a kid, I actually walked onto an elevator where none of my family was.
So you were an idiot from the start.
No, my sisters just watched me walk into the elevator.
I mean, do you blame them?
I was 5, and I walked in to the elevator. I was almost 5.
I could just picture them bye.
And I remember this as a kid, and I remember being like, oh, I'm with my family. And I was short, right? You're short at that age. And I looked up, and there was nobody. I recognized no one.
What about adults in the
and I was terrified.
Elevator? What did they do?
Terrified. There was a couple, especially, I remember the woman. She was brunette, probably about 40, and she helped me. She was like, oh, it's okay, because I immediately got really upset.
Yeah.
I mean, I was my heart was pounding, my had tears coming down my face.
Yeah, at that age. I mean,
yeah, I was like, oh, where's my family?
Sure, your sisters were skipping around.
Right.
We ditched them.
And then the lady immediately brought me down to the desk, a desk with some cast members near it. And then my mom got off the elevator. My mom, dad, everybody got off the elevator, and they found me. But it was extremely
No, that would be scary.
Yeah. So that was some traumatic stories.
It's
of the
easy for
contemporary.
stuff like that to happen. Not to get too far off, course here, but we actually, one of the last few times we were at Disney, was it the last time? There was a kid walking around Magic Kingdom that had gotten separated from his family. He was probably like 10.
Yes.
Or like 8, 9, 10 years old, and there was just a big group of them, and he was just walking around the middle of, like Magic Kingdom, trying to figure out where they were, and we helped him.
Yeah, that was scary.
Luckily when you're in Disney, I feel like there's a lot of nice people that will.
There is. So that was good that I got reunited with the fam, but no, that was scary. That was pretty scary stuff.
It is scary stuff.
So we were there on our honeymoon, and then of course, what do you think of the pool area? Because we did go out there.
We did. I think it's. I really like it. I mean, it's nice. It's not my favorite pool on property, but it's a really nice pool.
Right. Yeah. It's an interesting spot too. The Contemporary pool is not facing the Magic Kingdom. It's behind the Contemporary
that's true.
Tower.
I never really thought about that.
Right. So you're facing Bay Lake, and there's a beach there, and there's
Polynesian does face Magic Kingdom. Wilderness
the Floridian
Lodge does. Does it? I thought it was behind.
The Floridian faces it.
You can see
there's
the
no castle.
Building behind you?
Oh, you mean the pool area?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, you can't see the castle.
That's what I thought we were talking about, the pool area.
I just thought you meant in general.
Well, you just said the pool area, so obviously that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, I was just trying to follow your train of thought.
Paper time.
No, it's not deep paper time.
I don't know.
Well, that's true. Let's just sign it off.
We can keep doing the podcast.
From right? Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing the real-time marriage breakup of Magic in the Midwest couple.
All right, will you move on?
Sorry, okay. So,
of course, if you're talking about the pool, I still can't get over how you didn't know.
I do really like the Contemporary pool area. It's huge. I mean, you don't realize it, but there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space. There's a place to go rent the boats and the little ray tracer things, and and then obviously you can take a boat from Contemporary over to Wilderness Lodge,
which we've done before for breakfast or some sort of dining reservation or whatever.
Yeah, it's good. You just wait for the green flag boats.
Yeah.
You wait for whatever flag it's designated.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, then there's signs and stuff.
And then Fort Wilderness Campground, which you can go over and from the Contemporary and see the Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Highly recommend.
Which is a high recommend. And we will do a podcast probably just based on that type of entertainment. But
so good.
It's so good, Hoop-de-Doo Review. If you have time, and if you want a cool way to get to Hoop-de-Doo without, wherever you are on property, if you could get to the Magic Kingdom and then get to the Contemporary and then take that boat over on Bay Lake, it's a nice way to get over there, rather than...
Yeah, if you're not crunched for time.
Right. If you want to take it easy, you got the reservation, for the 4 o'clock show or the 6 or whatever. It's a great experience. So the Contemporary, also, it's weird. There's the tower, and then there's these garden rooms.
Now, were those around in 71 as well, or
yes.
those were add-ons?
I think they were around. Or if not, they might have been opened a little later.
So they either were or they weren't.
Shush! Don't be mean.
No, I was just curious.
Now, I'm going to get points for you being mean.
From who?
From
what are the points
my
add
fans.
Up to? My fans.
So yeah, there's the garden rooms at the Contemporary, but obviously, I mean, they're nice rooms. It's just you're kind of off the path a little bit, though, so that's, you're not in the tower and you're a little further away. You're on Bay Lake and stuff like that. But, there are separate rooms too.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we Ash and I, when we got off the cruise line, we had some time to kill before our room was ready. And our room wasn't ready yet. And of course, we went up the stairs, up the escalators to the 4th floor where the Grand Canyon Concourse is. And we saw the blue shirt the DVC guy.
Yeah,
We've
the
told
DVC
this
guy.
story.
We have.
Right.
First
But that's
podcast,
where
I think.
that's where we signed up for DVC. And connected, so there's like 3 big sections of the Contemporary. Connected to the main tower, where the monorail goes through, is Bay Lake Tower.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the 7th floor, or no, you go to the concourse,
The 5th floor.
or the 5th floor, or whatever it is. Wherever the concourse is, you go right across a bridge over into Bay Lake Tower, and that's the Disney. That was opened much later than 71. And that was just, it's all for DVC members.
Yeah, Bay Lake Tower.
Bay Lake
Yeah.
Tower. Yeah.
And
Top.
you'll see it if you're ever on the monorail going through the Contemporary. There's like you'll see the building to the left of
Yes.
the Contemporary with the bridge going across.
Yeah, there's a big bridge going across. And Bay Lake Tower is really like reasonable points wise. It's really not that bad.
Honestly, had we had the choice, which when we first went to listen to the DVC like spiel, where we just were doing that because we thought we'd get some free fast passes. We did not plan on buying
in,
but
which we did.
You know, hashtag impulse buy. That has really paid off. But I probably would have picked Bay Lake Tower. Just because of location-wise. I mean, it's beautiful, but I love being able to walk into Magic Kingdom and walk home. So had I had my choice, I probably would have picked Bay Lake, but they weren't selling that at the time.
Right,
So we didn't choose that, but I really loved Bay Lake.
But we got Floridian, which is a stop away.
Yeah, we picked it because it was on the monorail, and yeah, I mean, it's beautiful too.
Yeah, we tend, although we just had an incredible stay at Boardwalk, which is an Epcot resort.
I love the Boardwalk.
We Ash and I tend to gravitate more towards Magic Kingdom resorts. Magic Kingdom resort area.
And you know, to be honest, the Grand Floridian is beautiful. It's also just not our preferred aesthetic.
But Bay Lake is.
Bay Lake is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Floridian is beautiful. I think everyone has different preferences. You know, things that they like and don't like, and you know. But
right.
there were 2 resorts available, and we went with the Floridian. But
so there is like a little bit like, you know, the Bay Lake Tower. Again, you can request to be in a room facing the Magic Kingdom, but there's a little caveat. Like there is like a big parking lot in front of you, and then it's like the Magic Kingdom, and you know.
See, for
some
me,
of the back rows.
never really. I mean, on our
that doesn't
honeymoon,
matter to
when
me.
we had the view of the theme park, that was really cool.
Yeah,
especially from the tower of the Contemporary. That's different. But when we book points and book, you know, I never really care about the view. That's me. I would rather pay less and have a view of whatever, because. You know, I get great views when we're in the park.
Right.
You know,
oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
That's just me. Some people have different, you know.
The way Bay Lake Tower is built, it's sort of like a half circle.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. So, like, there's this, I mean, it's probably more than a half circle. It's like 3/4 circle.
Yeah.
And it's you know, so there's the outside, which faces towards Magic Kingdom and Seven Seas Lagoon. And then, of course, it's called Bay Lake Tower. And a lot of the rooms face Bay Lake. You know, on the other side.
It's strange. If you see it from the front, it just looks like a rounded building. But
right.
really, it's like hollow. You know what I mean? It's just like the C, like a C
yeah,
shape.
It's like a C shape. Yes.
Yeah.
And all of our rooms have been in the sea, looking out towards Bay Lake, or like down into the area. And Bay Lake there's a really. There's a calming vibe. It's not quite as relaxing as I think as like, you know, the first thing you don't think of is relaxing right away. Like the Polynesian is just relaxing. Yeah. It's just something about it. But this is just so cool. You know, you're up high, and it's just a beautiful. The inside of the sea at the bottom. There's all these recreational activities, and there's like this bamboo row of bamboo trees and plants that are in these like circular planters, like metal planters, and they like shoot up, and you can walk through the bamboo. And then it's got a great splash pad and slide and pool area. The pool's not real big.
No.
You know, at Bay Lake. I mean, but you could literally just walk right over and go to the Contemporary pool. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a really nice resort and then of course you get the view of not only the other side. But last time we were at Bay Lake, we had other family members down low in the sea across the way.
So we could
we could wave to each other. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Being up high and waving down to them. And I just remember sitting up there and just staring out at Bay Lake and just being like, oh, this is so nice. And it was just a very pleasant atmosphere. The only thing about Bay Lake is there's not a lot of food options like in Bay Lake Tower. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of food. You have to go over.
This might seem like a strange thing, but we've had a family friend mention this too. I've never really felt that weird about it, but the thing about Bay Lake is that you basically have to go over to the Contemporary, just like other DVC resorts, but it feels different because you have to take an elevator down to the floor where the bridge is. Then you take the bridge over to the Contemporary, and then depending on what you're doing, you either have to go down to then go back up to the monorail or whatever, grab food or whatever it is you're doing. So you're kind of doing this multiple step. Go down to go over to go down to go up. It doesn't really take that long, but it is. The elevator in Bay Lake is always going to that one floor, whatever it is in Bay Lake, like the 7th floor where people are going to the bridge. And so it's just you're waiting for that for a little bit. But.
Yes. So, but I feel like also that gets sort of offset a little bit because you could just bypass all of it. If you're going to Magic Kingdom, and just walk. Oh,
totally.
Just go down the first floor and walk to them. But you're right. It is a process, right? It's a little different.
Go down, to go over, to go up, to go down.
And here's an interesting thing. Now, Bay Lake Tower was added on to the Contemporary. So what happened for us, is being DVC members, we know this. The original DVC resorts were built specifically with DVC in mind. Yes. So they were built integrated into the resorts that they were initially used for. Old Key West.
And some resorts, just are DVC.
Is DVC. It's just a whole DVC resort. Boardwalk, DVC in mind when it was built. Mm-hmm. Beach Club, Yacht Club, same thing. And then and then of course Saratoga Springs, which is just this giant campus of DVC. I mean, it's just huge. There's sort of more integrated resorts, whereas you can tell the later DVC resorts have been the ones that have been added on to the deluxe resorts.
Right. That were not initially planned.
Yeah, there's separate buildings, right? So that you're right. So you have that bridge you have to go across.
Well, what's interesting about too with Contemporary versus because say that's the case for Grand Floridian as well. It was an add-on DVC, but you don't notice it as much. I mean, yes, the building is sort of the DVC building is sort of off to the side, but it's only 3 stories high. It looks the same as the other buildings almost, and so you're not you just go out and walk across like you would normally.
Yeah.
But the way the Contemporary is built, it's such a unique building that they had to just do something totally different.
Right. To get our coffee in the morning at the Contemporary, I would have to go into the Grand Canyon. Bay Lake. I would have to go into the Contemporary or over the bridge into the Grand Canyon Concourse and go to the beverage station and get the coffee and stuff. And then walk all the way back, which I love. I mean, believe me, I love doing it. That's another ritual of ours at Disney. We always buy the resort mugs.
Whether they're worth it or not, we like to get them.
I get the resort mugs.
Every time.
And every morning, I go and I get everybody drinks.
You guys, I have this thing. I call JB. Can I say what your first name is? Or
no,
I'm not allowed to.
Absolutely. Okay, yes, of course.
Jim. I call him Disney Jim when we're there because he is not, he doesn't love morning. He's definitely a coffee drinker. But when we're in Disney, he is up out of bed, ready to take the mugs and go over and get coffee. Yeah. So he's super excited. And
it's a ritual.
Happy in the morning, which I'm not mad. Disney Jim.
Last time me and Ash, we didn't know. I didn't know. And her parents got, they got the cool ones. But
we didn't see the cool mugs. We saw these other. I mean, they're cute, but
they're all cute.
They walked back with these other mugs, and they're new to Disney stuff, and we're like, where are those?
Yeah. They bought Mickey and Minnie mugs, resort mugs, that are the newer cartoon versions of Mickey and Minnie, the ones on, the newer ones.
My mom says she does an inventory in the cabinet every time we're there to make sure we're not taking her mugs.
And we got the Pixar ones, but I
Yeah.
think we originally, you picked on color,
I didn't see the red and black.
Right, I
only
didn't
saw
I
green
know
and pink.
when we looked, we were at the boardwalk and we were at that little ice cream shop or whatever it was. I can't remember what that is. Boardwalk Bakery, I think it was.
Something
yeah,
like
the
that.
Boardwalk Bakery. And we went in there because that's where the beverage station is, and we bought those, which are neat, but they're Pixar characters. They're just not as. It wasn't as. We would have preferred the Mickeys, but that's okay. We're gonna steal them. We're gonna steal them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Becky's
We're
got.
gonna
She's on the
steal 'em
lookout.
from the back.
And if she's listening to the podcast, which she claims she does, then she'll have an extra heads up.
So yeah, it is a bit of a chore. Like even from the Floridian, walking, that walk's long. I think that walk's actually longer to get the resort mugs to go all the way over. I'm not complaining.
Well, you know what? That's
I'm not complaining.
That's one thing
It's
that
just-
JB and I talk about. And if you are DVC or you stay DVC, we always felt like there should be like a beverage station, like in the DVC building versus like having to walk over to a main building to get.
Right,
It'd be
right.
nice to have that for
Yeah.
all the DVC resorts,
It
just so you
would.
could get coffee and Gatorade or water,
Yeah.
just like a quick little fill up station.
Yeah, why not?
Versus I think
understand.
they don't feel like DVC members
Maybe we're the only
get
people
mugs,
do that.
But I like taking the mug out to the pool with the Gatorade or
Right,
something like
right.
tea or something like that.
Powerade.
I don't really drink that unless we're at Disney, but I
Yeah.
feel like I'm replenishing my electrolytes.
Like, yeah,
or
oh,
something.
definitely. So, and then another huge perk and cool thing about Bay Lake Tower, and especially if you're a DVC member, and it's DVC member only, although now they've opened it up to like special events, like you can pay Disney to get access to this area.
Oh, okay.
But there is, at the very top of the Bay Lake Tower, is the Top of the World Lounge, which it's built into the tower. I mean,
Yeah.
you could see it. It's like a circular, spot at the top of the tower. And it's awesome up there. Like, you get drinks, and you just, every night, they pipe in the music from the fireworks from Happily Ever After. And you could go up there every single night you're staying at Bay Lake and just enjoy the fireworks from atop the tower. And it's almost like, yes, it's awesome, obviously, to see this castle and whole Magic Kingdom at night. But then if you look, that's to the right. If you look left, then you see the beautiful Tower of the Contemporary. So it's just a really
You can
neat.
see so much from Bay Lake and Contemporary. I mean, you can see, you can just
See
see everything.
Floridian. Yeah.
You can see everything from. I think it arguably has the best view.
It has
of
the best
everything.
views. Yeah, it does.
Of everything,
You go because you're up high. I mean, you could see Animal Kingdom. I mean, you could see from, and then when you go to the elevator bank, in Bay Lake Tower, you get the beautiful view of the Floridian and the whole Seven Seas Lagoon, the monorail. I mean, it's really great. I mean, it's a definite. If you're a DVC member, it's definitely worth it to try and get into Bay Lake for a lot of reasons. Monorail access, walkway to Magic Kingdom, views. It's not really that many points per night, like
It's
we
not.
talked
I mean,
about.
one thing that's a little strange about Bay Lake, and maybe they're adding this to other DVC resorts too, is that there's actually like 4 different point structures, like point amounts within Bay Lake. So like there's like 4 different views that they count. Like
Yeah,
a
I know.
theme park,
Which I don't really get.
a lake view, and then like 2 other ones that I don't.
Yeah.
Like a garden, or I don't know what it is. So, and they're all different. Like obviously the theme park's the most, but yeah, 4 different. Most other resorts are just like a theme park view or not,
Right.
or
right.
something like that, depending on what.
I
where
guess
it is,
if you
but-
are on that one side, you probably don't really. You probably see Bay Lake, but you're probably just looking at the garden rooms. Like
Yeah.
those buildings over there.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean,
we
you can't go wrong.
We kind of covered this too. I mean, walking into Bay Lake, but one of my favorite things about staying there is avoiding like the bustle
huge.
of like leaving
Oh,
at
yes.
the end of the night.
Oh,
Now
yes.
we always hang back after the fireworks and wait for things to kind of clear out before
Yeah.
we do anything.
Plus, we love the view of Main Street at night. It's
Yeah.
just a beautiful.
But one nice
area.
thing about ending your trip, if you like to end in Magic Kingdom, and we often do, is to wait for everyone to sort of clear out, go on a few more rides, or just sit down and have a Rice Krispie treat.
Right.
Another one.
Right.
Maybe. Your
Why not?
eighth that trip. It's fine. And then just like take a leisurely walk back to Bay Lake.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about waiting
Yes.
in line for anything
Yeah.
or, that's a huge perk.
Yeah.
I love that.
My one night, this is one of the last time we were at Bay Lake with Mom. It was you, me, and Harrison and her. Mm-hmm. Like we were the last ones, like in the park, or like we were just in a semi-group,
Maybe
ourselves.
Maybe your
group.
sister and our
They were staying
to
for
go on a
extra
ride
magic
or
hours
something
or
like
something.
that. Yeah.
And we were like, we need to go back. Harrison's a little, and my tiny mom at that point, like she just was total. Like that was the first night that we watched Happily Ever After, I think, or was it?
I think we only watched it once that trip, so it had
No,
to been.
maybe that was Still Wishes. Was it Still Wishes at that point? Because there were 2 times that we watched the last fireworks with her. The 2017 trip and then the one before that was 2016, right?
So it must have been Wishes.
Yeah, probably Wishes. Yeah, it was
Was
Wishes.
it Wishes?
Yes, it was Wishes.
I think it was Wishes.
So we watched Wishes, and then
Wishes.
Wishes.
Hashtag Wishes.
Wishes.
I love Wishes.
I love Wishes too. Yes, I know. It was great. So then, we were like, Mom, do you want to take the monorail back or whatever? And she was like, no, let's go. Let's just walk. She walked it. It was awesome. Like, she just had the energy, the pep in her step.
She had more energy.
She was amazing.
I don't know how she did it.
Right. So, but
It was
funny
Disney
thing,
energy.
I did, Mom, my mother loved the monorail. Okay, and she obviously loved the Contemporary. It was, because of her parents were there and things like that. It's a special place for her, too.
Are you shaking the table? Is that why that
I don't
sound
know.
is happening?
Well, there's a sound?
Yeah, it's... No, okay, no.
Okay.
There's water outside.
Okay.
If it was you, I was going to smack you.
Okay, please don't.
But it's not.
So, she loved the monorail, and I got her for her birthday one year, I got her a hoodie that was cool because Disney during March Madness does all these, like, mascot, like, team type things based on the attractions.
Okay.
And, like the Doom buggies for, for the Haunted Mansion Doom buggies or whatever, and like just like cool team type jerseys. Well, I got Mom a hoodie of the Bay Lake Monorailers. Yeah, and she loved it, Bay Lake Monorailers, because she literally said she could just stay on the monorail all day, doesn't even care
I
where
remember
it goes.
when she said that.
She's like, I just put me on the monorail. I don't even care where it goes.
Because we almost got on the wrong monorail at
We did. Leaving
the
Magic
Ticket
Kingdom.
and Transportation
Oh no, it was
Center.
the Ticket and
'Cause
Transportation Center.
That's the only way you can get on the wrong one.
Guys, one time we were going from Bay Lake to the Ticket and Transportation Center.
No.
Wasn't it?
We were
Whatever.
switching.
We were out of
going from
monorail.
Epcot trying to get back to the Contemporary.
Okay,
And when we switched from...
Oh no, I'm talking about something else. But go ahead. Keep going.
well, when JB and I we were on our honeymoon or something, it was just the two of us. We got off the monorail at the
It was pouring,
Ticket
wasn't it?
Transportation Center.
Yeah.
And JB, such the expert, knew exactly where to go. And
was
we run
pouring
around,
rain.
and you either get on there's like the resort. It's the resort monorail or the express monorail. And the express monorail just goes to Magic Kingdom and back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we wanted to get on the resort one because we were trying to get back to the Contemporary. Well, we got on the other one, and we didn't even realize until our monorail just blows through the
like,
Contemporary.
uh-oh,
We're
whoops.
sorry.
Well, we're idiots. I'm an idiot.
So, he is an expert.
But we did, one time we were on the monorail, and there were these people super thick. And I know I have
I think you're saying
Chicago
they're super.
accent.
You need to finish what you're about.
I'm about
you
to.
You say super thick.
They were
sounds like
super
you're-
thick people. No.
Oh my, please.
No,
finish this.
no, not super thick people. They had really thick New York accents.
Very. It was so
Like,
entertaining and funny.
It was intense. And
they were very talkative.
They were very
because they wanted to
talkative.
talk
They
to
were a
us
big
and-
group of people. It reminded me of like when my family and I would go with the Fitzpatricks, and the Michaels, like all together.
I'm pretty sure it was us, and then the rest of in our car was their
just a huge party.
Yeah.
From New York, and they were like, "Oh, there's the Transportation and Ticket Center," and that's exactly how
They're
they said
saying it very loud.
Oh yeah, and where's next? The Transportation and Ticket Center. Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Talking to different people on the, transportation, like buses and monorails.
It's always experience.
It's fun.
People just usually
There's
talk to us.
There's usually some nice people in there that want to,
They just
ask
wanna
where you're
talk.
from.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, where are you going?
Yeah.
What do you like? Well, obviously you know where I'm going. We're on the bus going to the same place. But yeah. So, but anyway.
That was probably you asking.
Probably.
Let's go back.
Let's go back now.
I don't care if it's close. Let's break in.
Time to go in. Back to the Bay Lake. So, overall thoughts, Ash. Let's.
Yeah, we didn't even really talk about the restaurants. You didn't talk
We didn't
about
talk about the restaurants at
California
all.
Grill. You've been there.
I know. I've been there to the California Grill. California Grill is the main tower of the Contemporary's premier restaurant that is on the top floor, of course.
How old were you when you were a teenager?
I was a little. I was a kid, a little kid.
Oh, okay.
But I remember it because that was the Eisner story. We've talked about that
Yeah.
before, where Mom looks like Mrs. Eisner, and they thought she was. And
She should have gone along with it.
She did, I think. No. But yeah. So overall thoughts on the Bay Lake Contemporary Resort, Ash?
I think it's wonderful, and if you can stay there, I would highly recommend it.
Yes. If you can, I know it's a lot of money. That's the one thing that Ash and I struggle with a lot with Disney is just the expense, right? At times, right? It can be a lot, right?
It is a lot, always.
But it also is, if it's something you want to spend your money on, it's fantastic.
For me, I feel like it's money well spent. I think if you have the funds, it's a great value for your money, which is important to us.
There's something really, really neat about being on the monorail and going through a building. Going through cool. Into this beautiful concourse, this beautiful atrium. And from a feeling standpoint, when you're in the Contemporary, you're in that concourse, there's an energy there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
When we walked out of our room, that's the only place I felt that kind of energy before. And I don't know if it's because, the monorail is coming through. It kind of gives me that, I know you're going to make fun of me, city vibe. It's busy. There's transportation coming through. Yeah. It's just it's
alive. It's very much alive.
It's alive. It's
Whereas Polly's very chill and relaxed,
which is great too.
Yeah.
But
when you're a Contemporary, it is. It's meant to be more it does give you that.
And you can just be sitting at Contempo Cafe and see the monorail come through and people getting on and off
it's
of it.
Loud.
It's right in front of you.
Believe me,
cool.
the concourse is not.
It's alive. That's exactly right.
Yeah. There's a fun kinetic energy to it, and guys, it's loud. I mean. The inside of the Contemporary.
Yes, it is. I just don't really think about it.
It's the noise level is loud. When you're talking at the Contempo Cafe, you have to sort of, talk a
Maybe
little
that's
louder.
why I kind of like it without realizing, because it drowns you out.
So funny.
Contemporary might be the only thing that's louder than JB.
Does anybody want a podcast with me?
Ew.
I'm dropping this Ash person.
That is the grossest voice.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
It is. I don't think anyone
but
wants to
another
Whoa.
another great thing about the Contemporary.
We just can't stop talking about it.
Also, is the
we could talk for 2 more hours.
ambient light that comes in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's just glass
It's the atrium, yeah.
on the tower, the tower atrium, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, light that comes in.
It's a city-ish. And I feel like the Bay Lake Tower is maybe the tallest of all DVC
I think
buildings?
it is, yes.
It seems very tall.
Yeah.
I remember being worried about Harrison being on the balcony when we were in there. It's very tall.
Yeah. Although now the Riviera might be taller.
You're right.
The Riviera is probably.
I guess everywhere else we've stayed, we end up being on. But I feel like anywhere, Saratoga, Old Key West are always.
Right.
There's only how many floors? 3.
Right.
Places like that.
So
yeah,
it's pretty awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen,
We definitely did not cover everything. We've heard good things about the Wave. We've heard good things.
Oh,
about
yeah.
other, you know,
Yeah.
there's lots of things
There's
we didn't
Chef
talk
Mickey's.
about.
I mean, there's a lot of things we didn't get to, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is made possible by our awesome subscribers. To help offset the cost of it, we like to make a high quality podcast. But if you want to subscribe or check us out, and help for $3 a month, I think is the minimum, right?
You can pay us much more if you want.
Right, a mil a month would be
mil?
really great.
2-3 mil.
Yes. Magic in the Midwest podcast.bandcamp.com. Check us out. You get access to the exclusive Attraction Smackdown
And something
episodes.
else. We haven't decided what that will be yet.
We also have a Facebook group.
We do.
We are building.
We're working towards that.
Our concepts.
We would like
right
to
now.
have an exclusive Facebook group.
But
where
we
there's-
did get some great ideas
We did.
from one of our subscribers.
Yes, we did.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Midwest, see you later.